Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on Legends of Tomorrow Season 2. Now this is going to be my review for Episode 5 of Legends of Tomorrow Season 2, otherwise entitled Compromised. Now I'm not using my camera today, once again, forgot to charge the battery, I've got to stop doing that. But one quick thing before we actually get into my review, they actually released the teaser trailer for the 4-night crossover. It's not long, it's about 20 seconds, it's like one scene mashed up with some other clips from the show, but I will do a video on it at the normal time I'd usually release my trailer breakdown for the next episode of Legends of Tomorrow. So that means my trailer breakdown for the next episode of Legends will be pushed back another day, but I think the 4-night crossover stuff is a bit more important to cover. Also, they released some images along with that trailer, so there's more to cover than you would actually think. But anyway, this episode of Legends felt pretty damn relevant as we had the team visiting the White House during the week of the presidential election in real life. However, this episode of Legends was set in the late 1980s. They definitely set the mood for this episode with the music and the clothing of Damien Darhk with his white, Miami Vice suit. We also got more Legion of Doom set up throughout this episode as well, which I think was really needed. It was good to see another side of Heatwave as we see him training Ray Palmer to use Captain Cold's gun. I think their unusual partnership is pretty fun to watch. But how good were the clothes that the Legends were wearing throughout this episode? I really sort of wanted what Nate was wearing, like that blue jacket. Even though it looks really retro, I think I could rock it. It was weird seeing the downfall of the JSA when Nate and Amaya visit the Washington DC branch of it. Just seeing everything all dust ridden and everything just looking all, prehistoric really. It was pretty cool they got the same actor who played younger Martin Stein last season to, back for this episode. I didn't think they'd be able to do that. And I didn't really notice until he started talking. I was like, oh, wait, that's the dude from last season, because they definitely act differently. Like the one that was from the 1970s to the one that's in the 1980s. Now, I guess it wasn't surprising that Sarah thought she would take the opportunity to kill Damien Darhk once again. It will be interesting to see if that ever happens on the show, to bring Laurel back alive. But it definitely makes you want to cry whenever Sarah brings up Laurel, just seeing the way that Sarah looks. But it definitely raises questions like, well, are they going to kill Damien Darhk again in the past? Because then that's really going to change stuff in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you what though, Nate is definitely my new favourite character on the show. He's just extremely funny, and then he's also pretty badass when he gets the steel body for Citizen Steel. It was interesting to hear what happened to the JSA from Obsidian. I think that event in history may be fixed come the end of the season, possibly. But maybe not, because Obsidian looked like he was in a good situation, and Amaya saw that, so maybe she doesn't want to change too much or change anything at all that would lead to that changing. That extended part that was in the trailer for this episode with Ray and Heatwave in that van was hilarious. But you also got to see like major doubt within Heatwave in regards to Ray and just trusting him in, fulfilling Captain Cold's legacy, if you want to call it that. The younger version of Martin Stein acted so much like the Professor Stein we know and love. It was sort of scary. And due to this being a version of Stein, he obviously could not keep his mouth shut and ends up getting stabbed by Damien Darhk. I did think it was funny that the latest and greatest in technology was the good old CD-ROM, but I thought it was mad cool that Sarah got all up in Damien Darhk's face and got him all scared by revealing his future to him. You could actually see the fear and worry in Damien Darhk's eyes, which obviously leads to that what a reveal at the end of this episode with the time sphere, which we saw at the end of season 1 of The Flash. And obviously this is the reverse Flash, showing it to Damien Darhk because he wants to change his destiny and his fate. But are they going to season 4's time of Arrow, or are they going somewhere before that to shape this plan and what's going to happen within both of their lives differently? I can't wait to find out. It's going to be very interesting. I know next episode's in the Wild West. We're seeing Jonah Hex again. So I don't think the Legion of Doom is going to play into that at all, unless it's like a nice scene at the end. But you would think that scene at the end might be setting up for the crossover. But yeah, I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But overall, I thought this was a fun episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Good, period piece, I guess you could say, even though it's only in the 1980s with all the music and all the clothes. We got some closure on the JSA, which I thought was good, even though I was a bit disappointed we didn't see more of those characters like Stargirl and Commander Steel and Dr. Midnight and stuff like that Bit disappointed we only got them in one episode, but hopefully they might pop up at the end of the season in some way, shape or form, whether they go, pre 1940, whatever year it was that they went there initially. Obviously we had more Legion of Doom stuff set up as well. Obviously we don't have Malcolm Merlyn and Captain Cold in the picture yet, but Damien Darhk and Reverse Flash are really the ones, orchestrating it all, if you know what I mean. And I think Malcolm Merlyn pops up around the mid-season finale, maybe the episode after that. And I'm not too sure about Captain Cold yet. I think he's probably one of the later additions to the Legion of Doom. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video along with the episode of Legends of Tomorrow, it'd be very much appreciated if you could leave a like on it. Let me know in the comments section below what was your favourite part of the episode, and where do you think Damien Darhk and the Reverse Flash are heading? Do you think they're heading into the time of Arrow Season 4? Or do you think they're heading a bit before that so Damien Darhk can change how he sets up everything? Leave all of them in the comment section below. And if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.